sleep paralysis? Okay, so a few of you guys. Well, I've actually experienced sleep paralysis. So there was this one instance where I was watching a show called The Office, and I fell asleep during it, but while I was asleep, I could hear and see the Office episode while I was asleep, but I was unable to move or speak during this, and it took me about a couple minutes to wake up from it. And according to the Sleep Paralysis Project, .org 2018, 8% of people will experience sleep paralysis. And sleep paralysis is the inability to move or speak when waking up or falling asleep. It's very common for people in the US, and there are treatments for people that have sleep paralysis. I will first discuss what sleep paralysis is and the symptoms, and I will discuss the statistics of who it affects and the treatments that people use. Now I will first discuss what sleep paralysis is. Okay, sleep paralysis, according to Funk and Wagnall's New World Encyclopedia 2017, sleep paralysis is the inability, when people are aware of their surroundings, but they are unable to move or speak when waking up or upon falling asleep. And there's a scarier side to sleep paralysis, where some people will have said that they have seen figures, like demonic figures, sitting on top of their chest while they are sleeping, and that's what's inhibiting them from moving or speaking during sleep paralysis. But on a more scientific note, according to sleepeducation.org 2018, sleep paralysis is when we are falling asleep, our brains produce something called atonia, which causes our muscles to relax and be still while we're sleeping. But during sleep paralysis, atonia happens while we're awake, so we're aware of our surroundings, but we're unable to move or speak during sleep paralysis. Now that I've talked about what sleep paralysis is, I will discuss who it affects. Sleep paralysis, according to the International Journal of Applied and Basic Medical Research, 2018, sleep paralysis will affect about 8% of the general population, but it affects 28% of students and 32% of psychiatric patients. And according to the Sleep Medical Review Journal, written by Sharpless, 2016, there's a higher rate of minorities having lifetime occurrence of sleep paralysis, much higher than Caucasians, and this seems alarming, but there have been studies that have shown that at least most people will experience sleep paralysis at least once in their lifetime, but not at a reoccurring rate. And now that I have talked about who it affects, I will talk about the treatments for sleep paralysis. So, according to verywellhealth.com, to prevent sleep paralysis, you're going to want to have a regular sleep schedule, so getting at least 8 hours of sleep at night and going to bed at set times usually to try to keep that regular sleep schedule, and reducing all stress factors in your life, and avoid other triggers such as sleeping on your back when you're going to sleep. And according to tuck.com 2018, there are in very extreme cases, people are going to have to take antidepressants or something called benzodiazepine, clonazepam, to help treat sleep paralysis. I hope I have informed you guys enough about sleep paralysis. I have discussed what sleep paralysis is and the symptoms. I have discussed who it affects and what the treatments are for sleep paralysis. And sleep paralysis is the inability to move or speak when falling asleep or waking up, and it affects 8% of the population. And there are treatments for people to help treat sleep paralysis. And if you guys are more interested in learning about sleep paralysis, I recommend watching The Nightmare on Netflix.